Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to wire up your amplifier so that you can use your subwoofer with your computer, your phone, your MP3 players, basically anything that uses a 3.5mm jack. This should work for you. So the first thing we're going to need is a computer power supply. This is what's going to power the amplifier and the subwoofer, and with most power supplies they come with this adapter. This is a Molex to SATA adapter, and if you don't have one of these, then you can probably buy them on Amazon or eBay for like $5 or something. But what you're going to do with this is cut off the SATA connector end, and then you're going to cut off the red wire and one of the black wires. You're going to leave the yellow and the other black wire on here. Alright, so once you cut up the wires on the adapter, you should have two spare wires now. Now you're going to find the motherboard connector on your power supply. This should be the biggest, heaviest, and just the largest cable on here. And what you're going to do is find the green wire. There should only be one green wire on here. So what you're going to do is get that spare wire you have, and you're going to bridge the green wire and one of the black wires. So you get the spare wire and you just stick it inside the pin. And what this does is it simulates your your power supply being plugged into your motherboard. Because for those who don't know, a computer power supply will not turn on unless it's plugged into a motherboard. Alright, so once we finish bridging the green wire and the black wire on the motherboard connector, we're going to move to the amplifier. What you should have left is a spare wire and that connector with the yellow and the black wire. What we do here is get that spare wire, and we're going to bridge the 12 volt and the remote. What this does is it simulates your car being turned on. So once you got that done, you're going to get the connector and you're going to wire the yellow wire to the 12 volt and the black wire to the ground. Once you got all that wired up, you screw it all down and you should be good to go. Alright, so now that we have everything wired up, we just have to hook everything back together and let's get some bass pumping. What I have here is my RCA to my 3.5mm cable. The RCAs are going to go into the side of my amp right here. Red into red and white into white. Since I'm going to be using computer speakers with this subwoofer, I have this Y splitter right here. What this does is it allows me to plug in my computer speakers into one end and then my subwoofer into the other end. So I'm going to plug in my subwoofer. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Alright, this is pain. Alright, now that that's in, I'm going to plug in my computer speakers, which I have down here. Gotta plug this end into the connector. And then now I just plug this end into my computer. Bear with me here. Alright, now that that's in, we're gonna hook up the power supply to the amplifier. So what you're gonna do is grab the Molex connector and just hook it in. Give me a minute here, I'm gonna need two hands for this. So once you get your Molex connector plugged in, all that's left is to plug in the power supply. So we're gonna go back here and we're gonna grab this power cable and plug it in to the back of the power supply. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Alright, that should be in. Alright, that is in. So what I'm going to do now is just flip the switch on the back of my power supply. If everything works out, the fan on the power supply should turn on, as well as any lights on your amplifier. Now I got the fan on and the light on my amp, so it should be good. Actually, I'm going to turn this back off real quick so I can show you guys what my sound system sounds like without this subwoofer. Bear in mind I have a 6-inch subwoofer right there, but in my opinion that's not enough, so I had to get this 12-inch bad boy right here. Oh yeah, Alpine Type R. Alright, so give me a minute, I'm gonna find a song. so I can show you what it sounds like without the 12-inch plugged in. Alright, so that's with the 6-inch. I'm gonna turn down the 6-inch, turn on my power supply, make sure everything's working. Alright, now let's replay the song with the 12-inch sub on. So as you can tell, there's a big difference from a 6-inch to a 12-inch. So yeah, that's how you hook up your car subwoofer inside your room. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, share, whatever it is that you want to do, and thanks for watching.